Hey Josh. Hey Josh. Hey, what's up, man? Let's talk about sound design for just 5 minutes, please. Fine. Okay, Josh, thanks so much. You've said previously that sound design takes up like half of someone's video viewing experience. That kind of sounds like a stretch to me. Could you defend that? Think about how people actually negotiate sound design in real life. Someone can watch like a blurry video for an entire hour without budging if the audio sounds clean. But say they're served up a gorgeous 4K video, but the audio sucks, well then that person's gonna be leaving and clicking off that video within 10 seconds. Yeah, I'm serious, right? This literally tells you everything. The audiences feel sound way more than they actually see video. And that's kind of sad because I feel like most editors always just treat audio as the last thing that they deal with like 5 minutes before they export. Okay, that's interesting. I've heard that you've broken up editors between 5 different layers of sound design. Could you explain level 1? Yeah, for sure. So level 1, I call the music only editor. And this is really simple. The entire audio strategy of level 1 is literally just picking a song and sticking it underneath all your footage. That's it. Okay, and what's wrong with that though? Plenty of videos just consist of music, right? Well, that's true, Josh. Nothing is wrong with music inherently, but the main issue is that everything else is missing. I mean, think about it. The entire world of your video is basically silent except for that soundtrack. Maybe you have footsteps in a scene. Those footsteps aren't making any sound. Maybe you have a door closing in a scene. Well, that door closed didn't make any sound. All you heard was, again, just the music track underneath. The environment kind of sounds quiet if you think about it. That's why music-only videos that you're getting here on level 1 will sound kind of hollow, and it's really hard to kind of put your finger as to why. Okay, well that's interesting. Let's say someone is at level 1 right now. Josh, what do they do? Okay, a really easy trick that a level editor can do to kind of graduate to that next step is just pick one sound effect that matches a visual cue that they see in a scene and then place it underneath that visual cue. Like I said before, maybe like go record a footstep and put it underneath the footsteps in the scene. Maybe someone's typing on a keyboard, put keyboard sound effects underneath that visual cue of someone typing on a keyboard. And then after that, just watch how real that entire moment becomes. It's gonna just unlock something. It's gonna sound crazy compared to how it sounded before.
I love that stuff. Been drinking it for years. You know, I heard they recently decided to add more hops to it.
Okay, level 2, let's focus on that. All right, moving on. Level 2 is something that I call the effect adder. And graduating to this next step is gonna feel really cool because think about it, you have discovered the world of sound effects and now you are adding those sound effects everywhere. You're putting whooshes on transitions, impacts on text, and your entire edit has this now newfound energy it previously didn't have. This is for sure a real step up, and a lot of YouTube editing lives comfortably within level 2. Okay, but? Exactly, but here's the thing, the effect adder always ends up kind of overdoing it a little bit because effects are just so fun to add, so every single cut ends up getting some type of click or whoosh or tick, and your entire edit just ends up starting to sound like a kid's cartoon. Because listen to this, Josh, a whoosh that points at nothing is literally just noise. So think about that. The skill that you now need at level 2 to counteract this new knowledge that you have of sound effects is the skill of restraint. For every sound effect that you want to put underneath a visual cue, ask yourself, what is this actually doing for the viewer? And if the answer is, well, it's just something cool to hear, if that's the case, then just cut it out. Okay, so before we get to level 3, Josh, we know that this video is sponsored by the Creator Dreams bundle. It's a visual assets pack, but why is a visual assets pack sponsoring a audio related video? Okay, yeah, that's a fair question. It does kind of sound backward, right? But the bundle is actually 28 packs of titles, transitions, light leaks, film mats. They're all visual. This has nothing to do with sound, right? But think about why most editors reject sound in the first place. It's time, right? You are literally burning hours every day trying to find the perfect transition or perfect title that doesn't match someone else's that you've seen on the internet. This bundle takes that entire job off of your plate. You get over 200 easy to drag and drop assets, and all that time that you're saving is time that you can put back into your sound design. This pack will not design your audio for you. That's your job still, but this will definitely clear a runway. Again, this bundle would cost you over $1,000 if you tried to buy all these packs individually on our website, but we're selling it right now for only $28 total for all 28 packs. Links in the description. What else do you want to talk about, Josh? Okay, that's cool. Tell me about level 3. Level 3. Okay, this is something that I call the world builder, and it's a giant leap from level 2. The world builder thinks in 4 layers: dialogue, sound effects, ambience, and then music. And each of these layers, the world builder builds intentionally. Which of these 4 do most people miss? Oh, that's an easy one. Ambience, literally every time. Think about room tone, maybe distant traffic noise, maybe the hum of a space. Ambience is that layer that you're not supposed to be able to consciously hear. It's that exact thing that is always missing from every hollow sounding video. Think about it.
Just shut up. You had me at hello.
The world builder is interesting because they're going to be the one that stops asking the question, what sound effect goes here and underneath this place and here and here, but they're going to be asking, what would this place sound like if I was actually standing in it? You've said that this level matters more to you than anything else in this video. Please tell me why. I feel like a really easy way to explain this would be that beginners design sound that you will notice and maybe be impressed by even, but professionals will design the sound that you actually feel, whether it's consciously or subconsciously. And it's true, the most important sound design that you'll add to your video are the ones that will not be consciously registered. You're not gonna get credit for it.
And the light.
Okay, what is the move now at level 3? Okay, so a really good move for level 3 would be just start practicing laying an ambience level underneath scenes that you end up shooting or that you end up editing. I'm just talking about adding 1 layer, and I want you to feel how real that space just becomes instantly. This could be literally the biggest upgrade that you ever do to your video. And it has nothing to do with anything visual, which is crazy, right?
I can't even feel my feet.
Okay, tell me about level 4. All right, moving on to level 4. We're gonna call level 4, Josh, the sonic storyteller. Now this is cool because now sound is gonna actually start actively telling a story. This is gonna be a time when you start thinking about ducking music underneath maybe a certain line in the dialogue to allow it to cut through more. Maybe you start intentionally creating tension in a scene by introducing like a low rumbling drone sound that your viewer barely even registers that they're registering. Maybe you use sound panning to put someone else into the scene that's maybe like right out of frame or maybe behind the viewer even. Maybe now you're starting to learn the concept of contrast. Maybe a really loud scene doesn't really sound that loud unless you have a contrasting quiet scene that comes right before it. Okay, let's say I'm at level 4. Give me like 1 technique that costs me nothing to implement. Okay, I got one. A great technique from level 4 that costs nothing is silence. Everyone always thinks that adding more layers, adding more sound to a scene makes it sound more professional and more impressive. That's not true. The most powerful move at this level is actually subtraction. Maybe mute everything just for 1 full second right behind a massive reveal. You'll notice that every second of silence does way more emotional work than 1,000 whooshes or even rumbles that you could put there. And that is literally one of the most underused and free techniques that no one really capitalizes on a lot of the time. Okay, could we tell me about level 5 now? Okay, so level 5, I'm gonna call the supervising sound designer. Now this is a really high level. These folks are special. They're the ones that get hired for like feature films. They're the people that will literally be recording custom Foley sound effects from scratch. They're gonna be the ones mixing surround sound on their own special calibrated systems. They're gonna be the ones like running huge teams of editors apart from themselves. It's like, this is a whole career basically. This is more than just a step. Okay, should editors be looking at level 5 as like an attainable goal that they should shoot for? Well, no, and I mean that. Because level 5, like I said before, is literally its own profession. Attaining to get to level 5 as a video editor is kind of like a chef attempting to become a farmer. It's a totally admirable goal to have, but it's necessary to understand that being able to do custom Foley every time you have an editing project is not required in order to be considered a great sound designer. Okay, so where should an editor actually aim then? I would say that a good editor should aim between level 3 and level 4. Learn how to build all your 4 levels of sound design that we talked about, introduce ambience into your scenes, and play around with silence every once in a while. This alone will put you in a completely different league, because the majority of editors never get past the point of just learning how to stack a couple of sound effects on top of their music track. Yo, thanks man, I really appreciated this. You're welcome anytime.